Welcome. This is The State. My name is Celani Dube. I'm your host, and thank you so much for tuning in. It's our first episode, and we're coming through live from BMW Mbombela. We are so taken aback. We've come from a funeral of former Deputy President Mabuza, who was the former Premier of the province. A lot of people have honored him in different ways. Remember, he fought for unity in the province, even countrywide. He helped to establish the fruit market that was going to create over 2,000 jobs. We're still waiting for that to be opened officially as well. And we know that he also established a lot of farm hostels, schools, and helped a lot of students got into the university through the Mabuza Foundation. So the country was in sober mood, and the province was full of all the other guests honoring him and saying farewell to him, and we bid and we say condolences at the province and to the family as well as part of the state. So the state of our province was very sober. We start the show in a very sober mode, but we respect him when we say we thank you for him, and we bow our heads and say he's done his well for the province in Mpumalanga as well. As we move on as well, what has been happening throughout Mpumalanga or throughout South Africa as well is that there's been incidents of the PC, which is the Provincial Commissioner of KZN, Babu Mkhwanazi, which happened last week or so, where he came out in the news conference, started talking about a lot of allegations where it touches judiciary, where it touches a lot of politicians, powerful politicians, business people in terms of corruption, including mentioning of names of the Minister of Police, Babu Mkhunu, and former ministers as well, including other people from the parliament. In the province of Mpumalanga as well, as we looked at what happened last week, the court came out and said, if you know, there was the lady Umamu Mary Paddy as well. The court has ruled that in favor of MK Party as well, which we were looking at to say she is not a member of the Mpumalanga legislature, convener for that matter. So that was what had happened last week, and eventually people, some factors were saying, yeah, they are happy. Some were saying, no, we're not happy. So we're going to look into that. We'll bring guests into the studio and get to see what is the state of that affairs in that case.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
We welcome Baba George Lukhele. We are very, very honored that he's come through on his busy schedule to come and join us. He's the member of the Mpumalanga legislature. He also is in the portfolio committee of economic development and tourism, and a member of the public participation in and legislation in this Mpumalanga province. Baba, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Siyabonga. Thanks for the invite, and thanks for being the first guest in the state.
Yes.
Yes. No, thank you very much.
You know why I was saying that we just had a loss of the former deputy president of the province. I don't know if you've ever worked with him, and former premier as well. What is your take, and how is your feel on him as an individual?
Well, it's in our culture and tradition as Africans that we don't speak ill of the deceased or the late people. And yes, I know former premier until he became the deputy president. I knew him, even though I didn't work close with him. But from time to time, we had our own meetings where we will meet on matters of when there were protests in the Nkangala region, particularly in Wheatbank, which at times I led some of them. So I had to sit down with him. I remember one time I sat with him in his house from 10 until 4 o'clock in the morning. We had a discussion on a lot of things. He was an entertaining guy, and he was a listener. Would listen to you when you have issues that you wanted to raise, and that's what I know him all about. And the rest it's what we all hear on the news and people speak of. Yeah, that's how I know him. May his soul rest in peace. I think the gentleman changed Mpumalanga's fortunes, and he changed the landscape of Mpumalanga. Even though there were somewhere where he was lacking, or his collective was lacking, but they They worked hard to change this Mpumalanga villages to what they are now. Mpumalanga, it's beautiful now. Lowveld, it's beautiful. It is because of his hard work, because he was at the forefront, he was leading. So we can't say we don't know that, we didn't see that, and we say we're ignoring that contribution. Yes. No, we can't.
We can't.
We value his contribution as Black South Africans, and particularly people of Mpumalanga.
Now, with you being in the portfolio of economic, I like that we're talking economics and tourism as well here. That is part of your portfolio. What do you think he contributed into the economy of this province?
Look, they tried. They tried so much. You see the problem that we had, or they had at the time, it is related to land restitution.
Right.
You see, they might have had beautiful plans. If you go through them, you go and see and read through the plans, you see that they're beautiful plans, but something was hindering their plans, which was the issue of land restitution. And which we say the constitution must be amended. Yes. Because we saw it for the last 30 years, it's delayed them. We have close to 20 nature reserves in Mpumalanga for tourism attraction, and our province is much beautiful than any other province in the country.
Yes.
Come, I tell you, this is the most beautiful province. We just don't have Table Mountain. Yes. That's the only thing that we don't have. But we have all these beauties that you will want to see. And the problem was that in terms of putting the programs together for implementation, it became a problem with this cadre deployment and all this stuff.
Yes.
Because if you can look at the department, the entity, MTPA. MTPA is the only entity in the province that had one CEO who served his whole term. The rest didn't serve, they didn't finish their terms. They were suspended or either something like that, and then one will come and act. And when someone is acting, rest assured, he won't take decisions, because he is acting. So that is where the problem in Mpumalanga started. Cadre deployment, that's what still even now, we're still struggling with that thing of cadre deployment. We're not saying comrades are not capable, not equal to the task, not credentials are fine, but what do you have in your head? Ideas make the world round. If you have no ideas, there's no need for you to lead. Thank you.
Now, given that Mpumalanga province also strikes or has 3 economic drivers, which is your mining, your agriculture, and tourism, how do you think these 3 could work or have worked as part of the inroads in our economy?
The economy of Mpumalanga centers around these 3 drives, but it's not that these 3 could be attained or achieved until we fix the issue of land, as I told you earlier. I'm not sure about the hectares of the land which has been claimed by different communities in the province, but I can tell you it's a massive land that has been claimed. It cut cross even into nature reserves. Some of the nature reserves are claimed by communities. Now, it becomes a problem for the government, as they don't have a strategy of how to make this these claimants and the entities to work together.
Yes.
That is why you see, like, our tourism is collapsing. Our tourism destinations, especially those that are under the government, are collapsing. It is because of the challenges between the claimants and the entity.
You're talking about tourism destinations and tourism sites. I was listening to the acting CEO yesterday on the radio station, and he was saying that everything is fine, the sites are okay, and I got to see, I think it was Opa Pilane on Facebook. He says, no, this CEO is not talking the truth. He can get everybody to go into those sites and go and see that it's not okay. Have you done the oversight in those sites?
Yeah, well, we did oversights. We did oversights in the Nkangala region. There's a nature reserve called Mdala Nature Reserve.
Right.
The story of Mdala Nature Reserve, it's a beautiful story. It's an old story. It was under the former Wandebele government.
Okay.
It had animals, even though it didn't have the big 5. there were animals, and when we met with the beneficiaries,
Right.
it was stated to us that most of the animals were removed.
How do they remove?
Well, it's another story for another day. They were removed, the trucks came in, and then they were taking animals out of the everyday. So no one knows where are those animals. The state of that nature reserve, it's bad. Plus minus over 60 million was spent on putting up the fence for the nature reserve, and
60 million on the
over 60.
Just to put up a fence?
Yes, a fence. Only the fence. Over 60 million was.
Is it a quality fence that you can't jump like?
Well, for me, I'm not a specialist on nature reserve fences, but that one I can't even put it up for my yard. I can't put it up for my yard, and because they replaced the iron steel bars with the wood, and then unfortunately, nature and these felt fires, they affected those poles around the area.
Yes.
They were bent down, some of them. So you need to change them within a period of 12 months, need to put new poles and all this stuff. So whatever the CEO was saying, I would say to you, he was hallucinating.
Absolutely.
That is Ngangala. And then in the Lowveld, we went to the Mitv Nature Reserve.
Right.
It's a big challenge. There's a problem. There's this problem between the beneficiaries and the elephants.
Okay.
There's a war between elephants and people, and people go where animals reside, where they are kept. And animals go out to where people are residing. So that is where you saw most of the times on most videos, people slaughtering and killing animals, which is wrong. We are not condoning it. It's a wrong thing to do, because we need those animals for the ecosystem to continue. Because we can't cull these animals. We need to have a plan on how to move them from one area to another, or to donate them to other countries, because most of our nature reserves, especially in the Lowveld, the number of animals in them, they are more than what the nature reserve can handle. So you need to remove them because they run out of food. Once they run out of food, because they are too much, they run out of food. Then once they are hungry,
they need to go
then
out.
They will go out. So you put that 660 million fence, which is weak. The animals will just walk over it. But it was because of what? You kept them there, and then they kept breeding, and they became too much. You were supposed to move some. Once they give birth, you remove them, give them to other destinations or to other countries for donations, or you can still even sell them and make money. Yes.
Now, I want to come back to the three ones. We've done the tourism one. Now we're going to agriculture. Fine, you say the land is a... do we have enough agricultural things in this province? Are we agri something?
Once you look, Mr. Dube, once you cancel agriculture from school, primary level, you cancel agriculture, you remove agriculture from the syllabus. Forget about bringing in people who will be interested in agriculture as they grow. They won't have interest in agriculture because they don't know it. You didn't start them from the grassroots level. Till now, we were fortunate. We did agriculture at school. We had gardens in our schoolyards.
Yes.
And we know what is agriculture. Now we are at a space of agro-processing. Our minds are at the agro-processing. We want to know that, well, if I can have a plot or a farm, I can be able to farm peanuts, and then I can take peanuts and put them, package them, and sell them.
Yes.
So than to sell them being as peanuts from the ground. I want to sell them as a complete packet, and
yes.
So it is difficult. And you go and check on our agricultural schools. Most of them, they've been closed down and they are not functioning. They are not there at all.
Absolutely.
So you left with a few, and the University of Mpumalanga was supposed to be our agricultural
college
university.
Yes.
But it does taken a different shape. It is something else now. So we are not ready. Even if we can get the land that we want. We need to change the syllabus. We need to reintroduce agriculture at the school level, starting from the primary level, and then also introduce agriculture back into townships. That is where you're also going to have a problem with townships and villages. It's no water. So what's the use of bringing agriculture into a township like Mpumalanga with no water?
With no water.
You constantly no water.
Can't even drink it.
No, you can't. So now it's a problem that we need to have a plan. We need a great master plan, agricultural master plan, then which will later culminate to a provincial economic master plan that will bring all heads of Mpumalanga, all sober heads of Mpumalanga together in one room to have a discussion. And my worry is that you see when you attend this national imbizos and then the provincialist imbizo and then
your dialogues.
Your dialogues and all this. You find the MC. Who the MC maybe is an MEC or is a HOD, and then
so he's driving a certain agenda.
Yeah, when you raise hands, people want to speak. They will say, "I give you 1 minute." What can I say in 1 minute on the matter of economic development of the province? There's nothing, absolutely nothing. It's introduction. In fact, it's not even introduction.
It's your name.
I just said my name. I'm just still introducing myself to the public. Then 1 minute is gone. So that is why we have a problem. We see. As abantu, we don't value ourselves and contributions by other people. We only want contribution of a certain group or a certain type of people, but an ordinary person on the street, when they have something to say, we don't value it. We don't value each other. That is a problem. It is not only here in Mpumalanga. It's a national thing. When you listen to radio stations, when you see Facebook posts and Twitter posts, what we call now X post, you see that a person, unknown person, speaks of something, it won't be shared. No one will contribute or comment on it until that particular it is retweeted by someone who's known, and then people will come in and talk. That's not how to grow as a nation.
It's very hard here. That's what we're looking at, the state of the things in the province. We're looking at the tourism economic drivers. We looked at the agricultural ones, and now we want to skip into the mining one. I know you're from the Mpumalanga area, and a lot of mines are there. You guys are a mining town, economic hub of the province. Do we have people who are blacks, let me say that, who are doing mining, but not really suppliers, but who are really miners in that town?
Look, in that industry, I would say 2%.
Yeah.
2% it's blacks. You'll find a company that is owned 100% black, and then the rest are fronts and just under white hands. And when you are saying there are blacks who are in that industry, there will be truck owners or subcontractors who don't own trucks, but they have a trucking contract with the mine. They will go and borrow trucks from one white man for them to come, and so that's what is happening. We are not into it because I believe that that is my personal what you call assessment. I believe that we didn't do enough justice to mining as the black government. As currently, we don't even have a research institute
for the
based precisely on mining. Because mining on its own, it has got a lot of activities and a sub-activities within it. So we didn't do justice to that institution of mining. That is why now you find these forums and I don't know what they call them. They call them forums, they call them structures, which claim to be representing people who want employment, and before you get employed, you must be a member of a structure or something like that. Some foreign things that are happening in that particular mining industry in the Nkangala region. But I want to talk about the mining which is happening in the Lowveld. Which is mostly this illegal
Legal minors.
Zamazamas. You know, I was telling the members of the portfolio committee that it is impossible that the Zamazamas could go into an old Barberton gold mine. And long time closed Barberton mine and go there and work there for 2 years. There's something there. Now, I said, what did I say about research? We don't research.
You don't research.
We don't know how much gold reserves are still there at the Barberton mines. All the gold mines in the province, we don't know. And it is not the competence of the provincial government. It is the national government's competence. But even the national governments, they don't even know that what pockets still do have
those reserves.
Yes, those reserves. But if we are smart, we can go back to those mines and establish cooperatives, black-owned cooperatives. They can go back there, and then the seasonal what do we call them? Seasonal miners.
Yes.
Yes, they can go in there. We can. The provincial government can establish a program, intergovernmental program with the minerals and energy, and then introduce our people into mining. Not only mining, but also refining of products. Because that is job creation. You don't just mine and then take the products and fly them out of the country. No, we mine them, we refine them here, and then we sell them here at home. That will make Mpumalanga better.
When we come back, we talk more on the stage with Babu George Lukhele.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
Welcome back. It's the state with Celani Dube, and we're talking matters of the state of our province today. We're talking economic drivers, we're talking tourism drivers, we're also talking mining drivers with Babu George Lukhele, who's also the member of parliament, provincial parliament in Mpumalanga, and he's given us a lot of his thoughts, a lot of his thinking. He's a thinking tank, a lot of people will say. Now, I want us to move into maybe from that, let's go to the educational or education status of the province. What do you think is the state of the province, state of education in our province?
Disappointing. Seriously, it's disappointing. But they are trying, even though there's no sense of agency. You see, if someone can't go to school because there's no road, someone can't go to school because there's no water, the school will be closed, people have to go back home. Kids in rural areas can't access school, and only for boarding schools, and then we clap hands and say, yeah, we have done a great job. And you go to those boarding schools, you go and check the condition of the school, the condition of the hostels, the condition of the kitchen, what do the kids eat and all this stuff. You get worried that, but are we really serious as adult black people? Are these our children? Or we don't care, our kids are in private schools and all that stuff. It is worrisome. Because if you look at the numbers of the registered students, let's say since in 2010,
yes,
that number of the registered student from the first grade until standard 5, which is grade 7. Grade 7.
Right.
Go and do the start. Go and just check. Are they still at school? Now, if kids gonna skip school from grade R towards grade 7, then they are no more on the system. There's a problem. You don't see that problem, grade 12. Now it's a mess.
It's a mess.
And I don't know what is wrong with the Department of Education. They need to get their acts together. But I also believe that the Premier, he has the responsibility of driving all these departments to his vision and a direction that he wants the province to be remembered. He wants to be remembered as a premier. We must remember him with something. That's what I'm remembering TT Mabuza now.
Right.
With the International Fresh Produce Market.
Yes.
And the unfinished Makazeni highs altitude. We are still waiting for it, which we have already spent over 30-something million.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing there. But we have reservoirs for the people of Makazeni. They benefited the reservoir, purification plant, water purification plant, and then the sewer.
But what happens if the thing is not finished? And how many years now? 10 years?
Well, unfortunately, there's no money for that project. They are still sourcing money somewhere, but I don't think we'll make it. 6 billion is too much. 6 billion. 6 billion. Yeah, they need 6 billion. And
wasn't it done? Wasn't it given before?
No, there was no money.
There was no money, so it was just a vision of a project.
Yes, in fact, what happened, from what we were told and what we studied, was that the Portugal, if I'm not mistaken, it was Portugal or Portuguese government was promising to fund. Okay. They promised to fund the project. And at a later stage, the Portuguese government said, no, we can't continue with it. But ask me why. Why? I think I know why they turned around. When they made this arrangement and agreement and the pledge to fund us, in Mpumalanga started political killings. Oh. Who do you think can spend his or can donate his money or invest his money where people are killing each other, where there's corruption? That's how we lost that whole money. So we need to. Yesterday, we just woke up with another councillor dead, shot dead at Mkondo. Yeah. So we don't know. What is it? Is it coming back again? We don't. But it's a problem. You see, this thing of corruption and then this murders of people unnecessarily, it creates a situation whereby investors won't invest in that particular.
But then tell me, if you were given a 5-year term to be a premier of this province, what are the things you can concentrate on if you were saying, like, I see you are pointing out what could be done, but what, as you, Lukhele, can come up and say, listen, in this 5-year term, this is what I can do to stimulate the economy of the province?
Without any political interference?
Yes. You are given a free role. Go do.
Yeah, you see, without political interference from the organizations, because that is where the major problem starts from, for all these people who came before. Some had beautiful dreams, beautiful plans, but they had to shelve them and push the party line. Yes. The party line, which is where things get mixed up. Well, for starters, the infrastructure in the province, yes, the infrastructure of the province, from your roads, their designs, the designs of the roads in the Malahleni, they are too much, in Mpumalanga, they are too much backwards. Okay. When you look at the infrastructure as a China, the roads in China and other developed states, you can tell what we can do it as in Mpumalanga. We have the manpower, we have enough land. Remember, our province, it's over 72,000 square meters. Right. And in that 72,000 square meters plus lots of square meters, there are what they call reserves, yes, of the land that we've never touched. Was never touched, and we don't care. Nobody looks at it.
Is this for government or is it just lying barrel?
It's lying barrel. Some of it is a government land. Some of it is a private land. And remember, they will never use it. Okay. They will never ever use it. They're just holding on to it because they think or they know that there are mineral resources under that particular land. Okay. So as a government, we can go into partnership with these people. I could go into partnership with them. I want to create employment. I want to create work in Mpumalanga. So I will start with the infrastructure.
So the first is infrastructure. Roads must be done, 100%. No potholes. Yes, they used to call it Mambara Road.
Yeah, your roads, your water reticulation, electricity. Because without these three, there's nothing that will work. And then we will deal with the issue of health. Okay. The state social health. You know, sometimes when I make examples, I say to people, I have been studying the Denmark.
Yes, I
as a
wanted to ask
country.
you the comparison between Denmark and us, Mpumalanga. It's almost similar in terms of size, right?
In terms of size, the population size. But Mpumalanga is bigger than Denmark in terms of the land mass.
Right.
And you compare these two, then you ask yourself, Uti, come on, what's wrong? Maybe we were confused as Africans by this African map.
Then you thought you part of
African
it.
map makes Africa smaller than Europe. But when you go to Europe, you look at each and every country in Europe, the land size mass of each country, you bring it back to Africa. It is equal, it's even less than our provinces.
Let's go back to the comparison of Denmark. I want the stats. How?
Denmark, it's over 48,000 square kilometers.
Right.
Smaller than Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga is 72,000. Denmark has over 21 airports.
Right.
21 airports. Mpumalanga has one. Which is the privately owned
Kruger International.
Kruger International. Denmark has over 18 universities. 18 universities and research institutions. Like I'm a research institute, there are 21. So it tells you what education is key. I'm a hospitals and private hospitals. There are over 30. So how did they do that? One will say to you, well, they used resources that they stole from Africa. Then you go and study the history of Denmark and try to establish what resource did they take from Africa. No. Then you find, no, there was absolutely nothing. They didn't benefit with slavery, the trans-African slavery, they didn't benefit on it. With the scramble of Africa, they didn't benefit on it. So, but they managed to build their country to what it is today. Till now we have over 11 mineral resources in Mpumalanga. Over 11 mineral resources. At Denmark, less than 7. Less than 7. Their GDP, it is above our countries, not the province. Above
the country's GDP.
So you see, we are doing things wrong. We are doing things wrong. We do things for parties. We do things for political parties. We don't do things for the population. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering unnecessarily. The Mkwanazi revelation tells you the story. And it's not only Mkwanas, but there were people before Mkwanas. Patricia Morgan, there's this Patricia Morgan woman who was even removed from the SAPS division. She's staying at home. She has been saying these things for all along. It's what I said, we don't value what is said by smaller people. We value what is said by big people. Some Mkwanas is big. So everybody's paying attention.
Now everybody's paying attention.
This thing has been happening forever. So for us to fix this thing, we need to have a plan. We need to transform our education system. Our education system is flawed. In fact, it's useless. It won't yield future Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
No, because the thinking it's less than fixing a phone. They can't fix phones. You have TVET colleges. In fact, I wanted to talk to you about when you said you are inviting me. I said yesterday I was watching the budget vote, human settlement.
Yes.
Our province was allocated over 2 billion rands. And this is a question that I asked when I first arrived here, because I'm still new in the legislature. Yes. I was not been here I just arrived on the 7th administration. Yes. Look, I asked the question, I used to ask myself a question when I was still at home in Witbank. I see the government is building houses at Siangoba and Clarinet, which are massive projects. They are massive projects in terms of housing
development.
Housing deliverables. They delivered a lot of houses. But my question was always being, where do they get the bricks? Where do the government get the bricks to build these houses? All these houses here in Mpumalanga are built from bricks that are from other provinces.
There's no bricking company.
No, there's no brick manufacturing company in Mpumalanga that is owned by black people that is supplying the government. We had Koro Brick in Witbank. We had Witbank Bricks. Those two institutions, they are still there physically with the infrastructure.
Yes.
But they've been decommissioned for years. Government did nothing to them. Nobody went in there and said, can we take over? Because remember, those institutions, they were built on a council land.
Yes.
So they must pay services monthly. They stopped paying. They left the building like that. So I later find out that the bricks that were used to build most RDPs in RDPs, the small low-cost houses, we call them RDP houses. Yes. The RDP houses, they were from Tzaneen in Limpopo. And it is plus minus 700 and something kilometers to drive bricks from Tzaneen to Delmas, the VK. So, while on the other hand, we have MRTT.
That can train people.
Mpumalanga Regional Training Trust train people in different skills. If you can ask them to give you the list of their bricklaying students. Here you'll have a list.
Even artisans were also.
You have a list of those people, but there is none that has been funded to establish a brick manufacturing institution. Same as the building, the one.
The university.
The bricks that are there. There's none from Mpumalanga. None. Even the cement.
Yes.
None from Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
The government complex. None. The Mbombela Stadium. None from Mpumalanga. So how do you grow the economy if you don't make bricks here at home? What is stopping you from making bricks? What is that? What science is needed to form his dinner?
So now you're saying from as a premier you will do the education. 2, it's the infrastructure. 3, it's the skills transfer.
Skills transfer. We need to have research institutes. You see, I'm an international trainer of entrepreneurs. At one stage in my life, I was a student in India, in some area called Noida. It's a district called Noida in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
The province Uttar Pradesh. At Noida, it's a district with over 87 research institutes.
87 in one district.
In one district. 87 research institute. Those guys, they research ikrembele banana. They research the what you call it, banana tree leaves. They cut them after they vunile. Then they turn them into papers. They call them handmade papers. They are making chocolate boxes for Swiss companies.
Yes.
That is where they're coming from. Your degrees and the certificates for those papers are made from that.
Yes.
See, now we have bananas everywhere here. We just throw away everything. We give them to FARC, give them to pigs to eat and all this stuff. That is what we are doing. We are spoiled. We have too much resources that we don't know what to do with them. And the only thing that it's occupying our heads is tendering, not entrepreneur. We are not entrepreneurs. We are tender-driven. Yeah, tender-driven. We want tenders and we do shoddy job and then come back and redo it again tomorrow. And we spend money fixing one thing. Spend over 50 million fixing one thing. They can't do that. They don't do that in China.
I saw on your Facebook status the other day, there's a wall in Malakheni. I think you put the live video. A wall that was hit by something. Has that wall been fixed? What happened in that wall? Next to a Malakheni radio station or something?
That wall, it is a wall which is the peripherence, which has in that area. There's a Malakheni radio station, Malakheni FM. There's a Linville Polyclinic. There's a Wheatbank police station, Linville police station, the Salad police station.
Small station.
Yeah, so and other municipal offices. So I don't know, they said one day at night a taxi driver who was drunk drove off the road and then he hit the wall. Well, unfortunately, that wall, till today, it's not fixed. With these comrades and comrades.
It must go on tender.
Must go on tender, and people will have to work in that area, and then the safety of the people who are working there is not a priority. So that is a problem with us, with this thing of tenders.
Yeah. We are on the stage with Lukhele, who has joined us. He's a member of the Mpumalanga legislature, and we analyzing a lot of things in Mpumalanga. He's saying a lot of things, and when we come back, we talk more on politics. I think I will fail the people of Mpumalanga if we don't talk politics in terms of what's going on with it. We've turned to the economy side, and we need to move into that. So when we come back, stay tuned.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
Welcome back. It's The State with Celani Dube. We're coming through live from BMW Mpumalanga, and we're discussing on our first episode with our guest, our Member of Parliament, Lukhele, who's come through in a very busy schedule. Says, I want to come through, I want to hear what this is all about, and I want to hear myself the state of what you're talking to. And we've been talking on various topics. We've spoken about the economic drivers of the province. We looked at the loopholes, things that we can improve, things that needs to be upgraded, the roads infrastructure. We've looked at the educational sector, the health sector, and everything in between. And I also want, saying just before, I want to talk more on the politics, because politics is what not really drives, but a lot of people know you in the political space. I know your portfolio in the economic sector, but in the political space, and a lot has happened within the Mpumalanga province in terms of the state of the party and the state of affairs. What is your take on what the transport? I don't even want to put a topic to it. What is the state of the affairs in the province as we speak? I know a lot of comrades have been on the media highlighting this, highlighting that. You are in the middle of it. How do you deal with it?
Look, I don't call myself a politician. I'm not a politician. I'm an activist.
Okay.
From my young age, I've been an activist, because anything and everything that is wrong is wrong to me. If it's wrong, and I'm not going to keep quiet. Yes. And if it will need us to mobilize, organize, agitate, and then go out, I will do that anytime. And until one time, I think it was in 2009, I said, nah, I'm retiring from this active politics.
Right.
I'm done. I've done my job. I'm leaving for others to come in and do whatever that they can do. Maybe they can do it better than us. So I left politics. I went back to, I started my journey in business.
Okay.
Remember, when I came back from India, I came back with a concept of introducing entrepreneurship at primary school.
Okay.
Starting from primary school towards the
university level.
Matric. Okay. So unfortunately, the modules that we developed, it was me and two guys. One was from Nigeria, one was from Botswana. We put together the modules. Unfortunately, I had to present these things to the Department of Education in South Africa. Ma'am Angie was too busy for whatever reasons. And then we ended up saying, no, let's leave this thing. These people are not interested in this entrepreneurship. They are busy with their stuff. So, and then I came back, I said, guys, I'm resigning. And I resigned, I left. I went into business. Right. So I started to do business until when I was about to establish my podcast in 2023.
Okay.
I called it Township Economy, because I'm too much into economy.
Economy, yes.
So I want our black people to have a slice, and then until we take over, because this thing is simple to do. It is simple to do. The only thing that makes us not to reach it, it is the division that is there, that has been thrown at us.
Absolutely.
We've been given too much freedom to choose and divide ourselves. So we have divided ourselves to a point whereby we are too weak now. So I studied all these township stock files, and I studied them. I saw that there's a lot of money here. And I looked at the township economy, what you were calling township economy, these tuck shops. I looked at these foreign guys. I said, but these guys, I mean, they're taking everything from the township because late, and then Tina were busy with
drinking
alcohol, Kaiser Chiefs and Pirates, ANC and PAC. Amen, amen. These are 4 things that are keeping us away from the economy. These 4 things. These 4 things. So we are stuck today. And the more we are stuck today is the more foreigners come in, they take over everything. I was talking to my son the other day. I said, do you know that in Mpumalanga it's the richest timber, it has a richest timber industry in South Africa? He said, no, I didn't know. I said, well, Mpumalanga has the strongest and the biggest timber industry in the country. But can you tell me, is there a village in this province of Mpumalanga which is built from
timber resources?
Houses built from timber resources that we have. Do you know what is the timber industry? If we start to engage on it, the timber industry, how many jobs can it create? Thousands and thousands of jobs, and it will quickly build more houses. They will be delivered quicker and efficiently. But because we still want to go for Mitina, Masamende, and all this stuff. And South Africans don't want to work in the industry. South Africans they just want to own the tender. But doing a job, they will look for foreigners, and then later complain with the very same foreigner. So these are things like we have see a song, artists my pistols. My pistols are because they are going these different directions. So Tina, we are going like this and then moving backward. I don't know what's wrong with us. But now on the issue of politics, you see, I say sometimes there are not politics in South Africa.
Right. We
have lost this thing, politics in South Africa. It is now a group of people who come together for a certain purpose of jonja or of doing whatever they want to do. Because if you look at what is happening in terms of country, who takes care of these young kids who die at clinics? Who's worried about them? Let's go back to the what you call the life estimate.
Yes, that happened.
How many people died there?
Lots.
Mentally sick people. And they are a concern to all of us.
To us as citizens.
They are our brothers and sisters. Have you had any political party calling for the shutdown of the country because people died?
No.
No one cares. No one cares. These people they are no more. They have lost. The politicians in South Africa, they've lost the ball. They've lost it. They are no more politicians. They are just business people. It's a group of business people. All of them, they have money. They are multi-millionaires. So once a politician becomes a multi-millionaire person, you must know he's a businessman. He is not a politician. Because we know politicians who died with nothing in their pockets. We can just go here in Zambia and go and get to the late Babke Uda and Kret Kaunda.
Yes.
He died with how much in his bank account? Less than $9 US. He died. Those were politicians, not these ones who have bodyguards and with a group of no, this one. So there's no politics in South Africa.
Hold on.
So talk about politics in South Africa.
So what happened now as you talk? We're just rounding off. Actually, fact. I want to drive you here. I saw the other day party burning a constitution in public.
Yeah, that was fun. That was funny because you ask yourself, okay, fine. Does this person understand politics? You don't understand politics. You don't burn a constitution of an organization because
the court finds otherwise.
No. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. You don't burn a
It's like burning a flag, South African flag or something.
You see what these people politically, they are empty.
They are bankrupt.
They are empty. So till we grew up in that era of political education, where you will be sat down for a period of 6 months, every day non-stop. You will be fed politics. And then back fit Peter Tosh.
Yes.
Politics back fit to Peter Tosh. Then you listen to the songs sung by Peter Tosh. Listen to the songs sung by Ray Pire and Stimela.
Yes.
You listen to the songs by Miriam Makeba. And they say, you see, these are songs that talk to your socio-economic and political state in the country. So you must take a decision. You see, I'm proud of this young boy called Celani. I'm not sure about his surname. Celani Padlonos is Octola.
Oh yes, the one who does the drugs.
Yeah, that guy. He has his own agenda. He has his own vision. He has his own, and he's going after it.
Yes,
he is a politician to me. Because he cares about his impilo zabani. Every black young child,
yes.
You must do away with drugs. But politicians, have you ever heard them talking about drugs? Nah, they will never talk about them because why? They are part. They know these things. They are benefiting from them, and our children are dying. The country is closing. Yavaya collapse. So we don't have politics in South Africa. We just have got T-shirts and political parties.
We're running off, and says thank you very much for tuning in and having Lukhele coming through as a member of Mpumalanga legislature come and talk to us. And we've dissected on a number of things, including the economics front, since he's heading that portfolio. We looked at the educational background. We looked at the economic space. We looked at mining. We looked at tourism. We looked at as the entire province, what is the state of the province as we speak. And those are the things that we want to highlight. And those are the things we want to look at in each and every person we come and we bring into the studio, so that we can look at the state of the province in Mpumalanga and in the entire South Africa. Thank you very much for tuning in.